today we're not talking about Berserker, guys. We're talking about a different anime. We're talking about Punchline. Yay, Punchline. So this is an anime that I was the one who was recommending this. So the next 2 weeks will be my week. So next week will be Prepare to Cry Anohana. Dawson will have 2 weeks where we're most likely going to be watching K-On!
I'm not sure yet. I'm debating whether to make you guys watch K-On! Or not.
Oh man, I want to watch K-On! I would love to watch K-On! Just to watch it and just know that Connor's cringing downstairs.
I just want to watch Dawson's favorite anime, so I can... No, I'm just kidding.
Hyoka. You guys aren't watching Hyoka. There's no way.
Can I voluntarily watch Hyoka and get out of reading My Hero Academia?
No.
Damn it.
I said you could read anything on my manga list. I didn't say you could watch anything on my anime
read
list.
My Hero Academia. It's not that bad. I don't... And anyway.
But, yeah.
So, Punchline. The best 7 out of 10 anime that I can think of. Okay, no, not the best. One of my favorite 7 out of 10 animes.
I'd go 6 out of 10. I think if we're just gonna start out with this, I mean,
why? I
don't know why we're
discuss my thoughts and then I'll bring them together to a score.
I mean, I'm gonna.
I don't currently have a score. Score pending.
Score pending for
why?
Connor.
You know why? This is not Virtue's Last Reward.
This is not Virtue's Last Reward.
For me, it's like a 7 to 8, and then you walk on it, and then you take a giant turd, and it's in the shape of panties, and that. And that's about what it is for me.
A rather extended metaphor there.
Yeah.
This is not Virtue's
perhaps accurate.
So, you know what? Connor, give us the summary. I want you to give us the summary this week.
Okay, so, oh geez, how am I going to do this spoiler-free? Basically, every episode in this is a plot development, so there's a lot of spoilers. But I'll try to start it off with just the first episode. Because
the best episode.
That's relatively spoiler-free.
I don't know, anything past 5 I liked.
Basically, we start off with this sort of bus heist, and we're introduced to our two main characters, this girl and this guy, and they sort of stop the bus heist, but because of that, the guy gets knocked into the water. You notice at this point that both the girl and guy can sort of get Super Saiyan-esque powers. Their hair is glow, and they get a lot more strength than a normal human would.
They're taking influence from... Actually, I'll talk about this later.
Okay.
Never mind.
Anyways,
this is not relevant
so
for this section.
He gets knocked into the water with a kind of villain character, who whispers something in his ear, and then when he wakes up, he's not in his own body.
No, he's shot out, and he's just in spirit form, and then antics, and then actual plot.
If you've ever played Ghost Trick, it's sort of like the beginning of that. They have this little mascot character telling you, okay, here's the rules, this is what you need to do, this is what you can do, and then kind of just sends him on his way. And there's a lot of weird time stuff that goes on. The ghost skips through time. I don't know. It's a really interesting concept. Then they bring in this kind of weird thing, which works okay, right?
Well, how far are you going with this? I just asked for a general summary.
I am giving a general summary. I'm giving a general summary and a general plot.
Okay.
There's the main thing that people will usually notice coming into the series, where if the character sees someone's panties, that's when he first powers up, right? And if he sees them again while powered up,
it's the end of the world.
He gets knocked out.
No. It's just the end of the world.
No, in the before he goes into ghost form.
That's spoilers.
No, it's not. Before he goes into ghost form, the second time he sees it, he gets knocked out.
Oh yeah.
And that's what causes him to originally go into ghost form.
Yeah. Okay, that's
right?
10 minutes in.
So in ghost form, what changes is instead of him getting knocked out, the world basically just ends.
A giant meteorite comes down, hits the earth, everything goes to fire.
He can kind of go back in time, so whatever.
Sort of.
So it's a really interesting, intricate story about time travel and actions and history changing.
Bogged down by too much fan service that maybe has a point, but it still feels extremely tacked on.
Yeah, there's a lot of fan service involved because of the whole panty thing, and there's a lot of panty shots and boob shots, and Connor just hates that. So
I don't feel like that was what the story was or should have been about.
But we'll get to that in a minute.
I feel like they were pandering towards a certain audience.
I know, we'll get to that in a minute. Okay. So, Dawson, go.
Basically, I don't think we've said this yet. Have we said this yet? That this is by the...
Oh, yes.
This is written... The story for this is written by, I don't know his name, but he's the guy who wrote Virtue's Last Reward
and 999.
and 999.
And is to be writing the third game, Zero Time Dilemma.
Yeah, Zero Time Dilemma.
Oh god, that's the best name ever.
And basically, so he's a visual novel writer who writes visual novels all pretty much concerning time travel and jumping back through consciousnesses to different bodies.
I don't know
Are all of them like that? I'm assuming so. Does that not happen in 999?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
But it's in a
This
lesser...
is like...
It's in a lesser extent than both Punchline and VLRR, because 999, the timelines aren't all like...
Keep it spoiler light.
Confuddled.
Okay.
Okay, I'm keeping it spoiler light.
Generally spoiler
I'll say
free.
later.
So this is written by him. You can heavily tell as you're watching it, this guy's used to writing video games. There's a lot of systems present in this show that feel like...
Which is weird.
It's video game systems.
Which is
like
really
a level
weird.
up system that he has going on.
Again, which is
the whole
really
concept
weird.
of bars, the game over
Because
concept.
the VN didn't come out until after the anime was over.
Yeah, but I don't think that has anything to do with it. The fact is that he's a VN writer, and he wrote this like a VN, and then kind of mushed it into anime form.
The name of the writer is Kotaro Uchikoshi. Oh, Uchikoshi, yes, Uchikoshi. I like Uchikoshi.
Man, you guys were just going at it, and I was just backing up like, oh god, don't kill each other.
What?
Like, Andrew would try to say something, or Dawson would be talking, and Andrew would say something, and Dawson would get louder. And then Andrew would try to say something, and Dawson would get louder again. And I was just like, oh god, I'm gonna stay out of this one. So anyways, well, you guys Andrew kind of fucked up the timing with saying the rating first, so what do we say now?
Well, we'll keep talking about it spoiler free, and...
Why it's a... I mean, we set our rating. I haven't really explained why.
What are the
explain...
biggest pros
go.
and cons? How about
The biggest pros and cons of this show?
The biggest pros...
You want to go first?
No, I'm just saying the biggest pros. I'm just thinking. I'm just saying that out loud. Go.
Really? Okay.
interrupt Dawson and then just wait.
Basically, for me, I'll start with the cons. It's bogged down in fan service. The writing is styled as if it's for a VN and not for an anime, which makes things slightly confusing. He has a tendency to drop certain plot points sometimes and make them less relevant than they necessarily should be. And not a decent amount of the characters I personally found not to be particularly interesting.
If you allow me to
There's a couple I like,
on the
but not another. Continue.
On the video game thing you're talking about, I don't feel like the character ever even like goes through the video game kind of stuff either. It's like, oh, I noticed that if I move stuff around with my ghost powers, I'll level up. But he never uses that system. He never like actually tries to level up.
Yeah.
It just happens in the background. There's no point to it.
It's a bit strange. The whole everything surrounding that's a little weird. Pros for me are a generally an amazing first episode. Everything comes together in the end, so it's not like...
That's his entire style of writing, of plot point, of being very heavily backloaded, where everything in the front is bullshit. There's plot, there's plot everywhere going on, but it's flying over my head, and then at the end going, remember that thing like 10 hours ago? I mean, wait, no, this is not a video game. Remember that thing like 2 hours ago? Yeah, that's actually really important.
Yeah, basically, if it wasn't a dropped plot point, it's brought back and become relevant in the end.
I mean, that's kind of the definition of a dropped plot point.
Yeah, and
I know, but it's not like they're just left stranded. It's all his dropped plot points are something that's brought up like once or twice, and then gets thrown out the window, and you never see it again.
Which I would feel like would be more brought up later on in a visual novel.
Yeah, but we're not talking about a visual
novel.
novel. We're talking about an anime.
That's why I'm saying part of the cons of like, it's like you can tell that there's a lot of plot points and stuff like that are just not explained, because this is, and I think that's my biggest con about it, is that for me coming off of this, I felt like I got half a story. I didn't get a full story. I got half a story.
Yeah. Basically, he's a visual novel writer, and he's trying to write an anime.
Which is
he writes a pretty decent anime, but it's not on par with his visual novels, and this would have worked better as a visual
Which
novel.
there is a visual novel that I would love to play.
Is or will be?
There is. It came out last year in
You know
Japan.
how they could have made more space for those plot points?
What?
Taking out a lot of stupid scenes.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah, a lot in the first 4
lot.
episodes wasn't really relevant.
There's a couple...
There's a couple points in there that's relevant, but there was
stupid pigeon head thing.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Let's not talk about Cheermancy. that had a lot to do with
I will actually argue about the first 4 episodes later on, but not right now. This is no time nor place
we will
for
talk
that.
about this.
Yeah,
soon.
no, it's just the time and place to talk about Berserk at the beginning.
So the thing is, this Punchline is the first and only anime he's ever written. I don't know if I don't think he directed it, but it's the...
I don't think he directed.
Yeah, he only wrote it.
He's not an anime director. He doesn't know how to direct.
And basically, my thing with it is, my theories with this is, he needed a lot of money to make VLR, to make Zero.
I don't know. He spent a lot on this. You could tell. There was a decent budget behind a lot of this.
It's by Mappa, dude. Mappa could throw out something pretty good.
Mappa was founded by one of the powerhouses of Madhouse.
Which, if you've actually seen that,
who jumped off the ship or whatever.
Yeah.
Around that point when everyone left.
The whole thing about this is that, for me, now thinking about it, right now, it's, wow, he kind of needed a lot of money for
VLR3.
Not VLR, it's called 999. Shit.
Virtue's Last Reward, Zero Time Dilemma?
No, it's Zero Escape.
Zero Escape?
He needed a lot of money for Zero Escape 3. And this was his way of getting...
Zero, that's what the...
Yeah, he this is a way for him to get money so he could make his magnum opus.
Yeah. He'll work on his Vespian yet. Hopefully.
Oh,
knock on wood.
So excited for that. I don't care as long as you give me my game with Fi and finish up that storyline.
Yeah.
It's great. But again, so coming to me, the biggest cons I had was I felt like I got half a story. That's my biggest issue with it.
Yeah.
And overall, I thoroughly enjoyed myself with it. I really like this anime because I really like his style of throwing plot points everywhere, and then all of a sudden just, oh look, they all actually make this thing here.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of when it comes to that moment where you go, oh, I get it. You see all the twists and turns, and you're just okay, so that's why this happened, this happened, and I like that. But again, it would have been better in a visual novel style.
Yeah.
Again, maybe the characters weren't. I kind of agree with you. The characters weren't the best, but for me, it makes up for it with I love time travel. Time travel is one of my favorite subjects, and this does time travel really well about the loopings and stuff like that, and changing of history.
Also, I feel like for the ending that they gave her, I don't feel like they developed the green-haired girl very well.
Yeah.
Rabura.
Yeah, Rabura. And the thing is, the ending is where it falls off. Well, the last 2 episodes I really, really enjoyed, and wow, that was a really well choreographed fight, and then it just kind of drops off, and I just go, well, I got half my story. The best way that Connor said it, or the best way I told Connor, and Connor agreed with me, is this is the most neutral ending anime ever, where it's so obvious they got a neutral ending.
So I personally didn't mind the neutral ending. I thought it worked for a story arc kind of thing. And I agree with you that it was kind of cheap, and they were going, oh, play the visual novel at the end. But I didn't mind that, all the stuff that happened at the end. I don't know. It didn't really subtract from me when they added that stuff. It was just kind of a few minutes they didn't really need to have, but they kind of wanted to do just to throw in a reference for people who do want to play the visual novel down the line.
We should probably jump into spoilers section so we can actually talk about this.
Let's get our ratings again. I say this is one of my favorite 7 out of 10s.
I'm gonna give this a solid 6 out of 10.
I'll agree with a 7.
Yeah, I mean, did you enjoy yourself, Dawson? Did you have at least some fun?
That's what a 6 is. I
had some fun.
6 is I had some fun, but it really has a lot of problems and it wasn't perfect.
I'd like to add a pro since I'm putting it at a 7. I really thought the art style was a lot of fun and expressive. Again, I didn't really like the green character much at all through the series. She was one of the characters I felt didn't need that cute, almost gelatin-looking art style. But everyone else, I thought the character designs were pretty cool. In the way they actually look, were very visually appealing. Especially the ED had a really nice.
Oh yeah, best OP and ED combo.
Yeah, they're really nice OPs.
I
and
really
EDs.
like the very beginning section of the ED. Just like I'd always watch that first section.
It's-
I'm like,
it's
okay,
the hair
I've had
flying.
enough. But like, yeah, the sausage flipping hair, the for some reason the voice too, just at the very beginning, is like really nostalgic
Yeah.
for some reason or another.
But
I've
yeah,
probably
so
watched
that's
something
our
else by
that's
the
our
same.
recommendation. I'd recommend this anime for like people who kind of enjoy like kind of stuff like time travel and complicated plot lines.
I felt like they were trying to take too serious of a concept for like how silly the characters and the story was.
But one of my main things about this show is get past the first 4 episodes. Like,
Watch
Or
the
skip.
first one and have it be great, and then I still think the first episode was really good,
yeah.
and then the following 3 to 4 episodes were
Well, the plot starts
rather
at 5.
subpar.
well, that's because when you have to start like dealing with the side characters. So I don't know.
Okay, I'll get to that in a minute. So
Yeah.
now